What is up, everybody? I am so excited to be with you today. I'm Mike, Product Marketing Manager here at Phenom, and today I am joined by my good friend Madeline Laurano, and we have something big to celebrate today. And what we are celebrating is the launch of the State of Hiring Automation 2026 Benchmark Report. Madeline, I'm so stoked to be with you. Would you be willing to tell some folks about what's going on with the report and what we've been cooking up together?
Absolutely. I'm so excited that today is here, Mike, because we've been working on this for almost a year. And it really looks at the state of hiring automations and where companies are at. It's essentially a benchmarking report. And we combined our joint superpowers. So Mike worked on over 200 audits of different organizations to see where they're at, which is a tremendous amount of work. So many hours you put into this. And you combine that, and we combined that with the research that we do at Aptitude. So we did a survey to look at the state of hiring automations. We got some survey data. We did a bunch of interviews. We interviewed a lot of companies at Phenom. We got to present early findings together there. We combined all of this together, and it's a monstrous report with so much good information and so many insights. So it's available today.
Yeah, Madeline, it's available today. Go download it. Actually, don't download it. Go check out the microsite. Our creative team did an amazing job at making this not only data rich, but visually beautiful too. So be sure to go check out the report. There's a link right here in the comments below. And you're spot on, Madeline. Like when we first started doing this thing, we were thinking about 8 industries. So retail, hospitality, transportation, logistics, manufacturing, FinServe, IT, healthcare, and higher education. And when we started talking, we were like, hey, if we just audit frontline roles, would we be missing anything, right? And so then we expanded the scope and we ended up doing knowledge worker roles too. So in this report, you get a really interesting look at where the industry's at by way of high volume hiring frontline roles versus what are organizations doing to qualify people in line for even knowledge worker roles. And to give people a little taste of the report, I'm thinking, Madeline, why don't we play a quick little game of SOHA, State of Hiring Automations, Madlibs together?
I love it. Let's do it. I'm down. Let's do it.
Awesome. Great. All right. So I'm going to ask you some questions, and we're going to both write down what our answers are, and let's see how close we get to each other. So let's start with the first question here that I got for you, that I got for both of us, is something that you love about the report, something that you love about the State of Hiring Automation report.
Okay. This is a hard one, Mike. There's so many things that I love about this report.
There really are. You ready?
Ready.
All right, let's see. So I got on here scope, and you got on there quality of hire. Let's get into it.
Quality of hire over more applicants.
Mm-hmm. Tell me, so what did you find from your survey data just around that quality shift?
It's a priority now, and that's what we expected to see. It's sort of what we've been hearing in the market, that there's this shift now, less about efficiency, although that's important, to thinking more about quality. And that absolutely came through with the work that we both saw, that it isn't just about let's attract more applicants. Companies are actually doing a great job in that department, but volume is an issue. And when we think about the volume that a lot of companies have to deal with, quality becomes so important. And that made me very happy.
Yeah, that really was the cool shift of this, is really just seeing how organizations' eyes are starting to turn. And it really makes sense why that apply click moment and what you're doing in line really matters in order for you to fortify that quality with that speed. And I had on here scope. And so the thing that I love about this report is really just the 8 different industries and the 2 different role types, because no organization hires for one type of role. And I love that we kind of looked at this from a few different lenses, from that frontline vantage point to that knowledge worker vantage point, but most of all, just hearing the voice of the industry and those reviews that you were getting from your survey data was just so rich into this. And I just encourage people to go check out the report and start seeing how is all of this stuff lining up within your specific industry. So let's keep it pushing, and tell me something that surprised you about the report. Something that surprised you.
I bet we might have something similar here because we
I
were both
think we
surprised by
might. All right.
this.
All right. Ready, Madeline? Three,
Ready?
two, one. You go for it. What do you got? Everyone
Everyone
is in the
is
same place.
on the same
That's a
journey.
ding ding for both of us.
Yep.
We lined up on that one. I put middle majority, and like everybody's kind of like living in this middle of the pack, right? But then it wasn't until we split the scores that we saw something different. And if you want to know what we saw, come on out, register below. We have a link in the description for our webinar on May 20th at 11 a.m., where we're going to be going into all of the insights from both the audits, industry breakdowns, aptitude insights, and giving rich advice of what you can do today to get moving forward with adopting hiring automation to qualify candidates in line. But it was really seen just across industries.
Yeah.
That shocked me.
It was shocking. We were both so surprised. I remember when the data came back and we had our first call about it, it was almost an oh no. I think we both were like, oh no, is this?
You
but
saw me
actually,
get scared, Madeline. You saw me
yeah.
get proper scared of, oh no, did we just write the most boring data report there is?
But I think it makes it so interesting. And I actually think it's very validating for companies that are on this journey, because if you feel like you're behind, if you feel like you have too much in front of you, you're actually not. Every organization is on the same journey, and seeing this kind of middle majority that you describe actually says a lot about where we're at and the opportunity in front of us. So I thought it was actually probably the most surprising, but the most insightful thing about this report.
Without a doubt, it was a really grounding revelation to see that, okay, this is actually where folks are, and it makes sense just to focus in on getting candidates in the door for so long, and now there's an opportunity here. So, all right, now I want to know something from you, Madeline.
Okay.
Stat that you won't forget. We have tons of stats in this thing, but one that keeps you up at night, one that you can't shake.
Okay. I'm cheating. I have two here, but I'll share.
All right. Let me know when you're ready.
I'm
All
ready.
Right, here we go. 3, 2, 1, and 62. All right, I had 6. So tell me about yours. Tell me about the 2 that you have down there.
So I have 62 versus 21%. And what we found in our survey data is that 62% of companies said there's more urgency around automations today than last year, which makes sense. And that's what we were hoping to see. Mm-hmm. But then when we dug a little bit deeper, and you talk about the scope kind of across industries, there's also so much depth in looking at this across the entire TA funnel. We saw that only 21% of companies are using automations in that qualifications area of the TA funnel. So in the talent acquisition process. So it's a priority, but we talked a lot about how there's a focus on attracting candidates, but not necessarily qualifying.
Yeah, and I mean, that's the promise of this technology, right? The technology is supposed to allow us to start to become more creative and more adaptive, and to be able to customize experiences that match the situation. I mean, that's really why Phenom's mission right now is so focused on that hypersell model of understanding an organization's geography, the role type, the hiring requirements, the constraints and the challenges, because you're going to need to adjust and really have an orchestration engine like Phenom in place to help you adapt workflows and to create these experiences that utilize things like industry-specific screening questions. It's wild how many jobs that we had applied for and we had audited were industry role-specific screening questions. A lot of generic screen questions in there. There's so much that folks can do throughout that qualification process. And you're right, only 21% of organizations are getting going with that. Right. Mine was 6. And this one was really focused around automated interview scheduling. This one surprised me.
So surprising.
This surprised me because this one, so 6% of organizations have adopted automated interview scheduling inline. And again, for frontline roles where you're high volume, fast tracking, getting people in your doors, and not keeping that engagement through scheduling the interview, I was so surprised by that. And it drops even further for knowledge workers down to 4%. So I was completely shocked by that.
It's shocking. And that's when you talk to companies, and when we did a lot of the interviews, that's the priority, right? We have to think about scheduling, and then not to have that as an inline experience. it was shocking to both of us. And
Yeah.
it wasn't the only one. We'll talk more on the webinar about some of
Yeah.
the others that are opportunities there as well.
Yeah, around credential verification, around, voice screening agents, around different
The
tools
voice
that you could
screening.
actually use. There's more tools, I think, in the tool belt of TA and talent leaders than there's ever been. And now we're just able to start putting them together with hiring automation and really orchestrate some phenomenal experiences. No pun intended there.
That inline experience. Yes, this is a big focus of the report.
Yeah. So moving on, last question I have for you.
Okay.
So something that you learned or something that you'll take away with you from this report. Okay, ready? 3.
Ready.
So far, wait, before we reveal. So far we got 1, we're on the same page. Two differences here, which is good fun.
Yep.
All right, ready? Let's see how we land the plane. All right, what do you got?
More focus on interview assessment and the opportunity, which is, I think we're aligned here as well. I think we're on the same pages for this as well. I mean, I think to me, that's exactly what I'm talking about here with focus is there's more opportunity to not just focus on attracting candidates. We have beautiful career sites. Companies have done a great job in this department. We now need to focus on other areas and this inline experience for interview and assessment. I know it's huge focus for Phenom, the recent acquisition of Plum, and companies have an opportunity here.
Especially around pre-hire assessments and assessments. It really is a much needed piece to the puzzle if you're looking to balance speed and quality. If you're trying to figure that out, you need to have in those additional checkpoints to qualify candidates and to get a full orbed understanding of who they are, from their abilities to their skills to proficiencies and to those soft people skills. And I put down opportunity because of where everybody's at right now. And the fact that we're all in this together, I was shocked by that. I thought that we would have seen some outliers of some industries who might have been running further with some of these inline qualification tools, but really just everybody is still at this place of doing good things with attracting, engaging, converting. I would say that that's not done. Like there still is work that can be done there, but it's mature. But really the focus is here on opportunity. And everybody, y'all have an opportunity today. You have 2 opportunities. 1, go check out the report. Click the link in the description below. Access it, check it out, see your industry, see where you rank if you're in the report, and start gaining some inspiration from those that are really doing new and interesting things with qualifying in line. And then I would say, do not sleep, register now. We're just giving you a small taste of what this report has to offer and all the insights that we're going to be sharing with you on May 20th at 11 a.m. Madeline and I, we're going to get back at it again, and we're going to dive even deeper and into more specificity around all that this report has to offer and what you can do and take away from that report to start taking steps from getting started to being in the middle of that pack to ultimately being a leader for your organization and for your industry. Madeline, thank you so much for joining me today as we celebrate the launch of the State of Hiring Automation 2026 Benchmark Report. My friend, it's been a journey, it's been a road, and I'm stoked to continue to walk this out with you.
Me too, Mike. Thank you so much for having me on. I'm excited for the webinar. There's a story to tell here, and we are going to tell it. So a few weeks away.
Can't wait. Thank you so much, Madeline, for hanging out with me today.
Thank you.
Take care.